A Yorkshire Childhood, Chapter 60. Tom came downstairs and looked happy. He didn't seem to notice the loud music. In fact, he looked pleased with it. This was worrying, as he'd never liked loud music before. But as he sat in the armchair, drinking coffee and kicking his legs, it appeared he didn't care. He didn't even seem to mind that his favourite armchair that he was sitting in was now on the other side of the room where she had moved it. It was like he'd surrendered all his power to her. Josh thought sadly. She served up breakfast. Tom looked delighted as he cut into his fat sausage. At this rate, he'll be obese, thought Josh sadly. He wanted his dad to be healthy, not a waddling hippopotamus. Mary sat next to Josh and asked him lots of probing questions about school. Her voice had changed. It sounded a lot kinder and softer. She sounded almost regal and completely false, he thought contemptuously. Tom was taken in with the act. He was allowing her to run the show. He finished his big breakfast and they had a private discussion in the kitchen. Tom came out smiling. She's going to whip you into shape, he told Josh to his dismay. She had more jobs lined up for him. He wasn't pleased as he was still tired from the day before. He wasn't mad at Tom. He wasn't being cruel. Tom wasn't being cruel on purpose, and he was just obeying orders which he thought were for the best. Once again, Josh picked up the garden trimmers and set to work. The sun was blazing down, and before long his arms were aching, and his shirt was wet. He could hear Tom clanging away in the garage. He wanted to tell him how unhappy he was, but didn't want to make things worse. He was startled. Then he was startled by Mary coming out of the house in lipstick and styled hair. She was going somewhere, but first she went to see Tom. Josh carried on chopping away at the hedgerows. Then he heard a heated discussion from the garage. Then the door swung open and Mary walked out, looking pleased with herself, with a triumphant look on her face. She carried on waddling down the lane, and it was obvious where she was going. Shopping. When she got out of sight, Josh felt he had no choice but to talk to Tom. Straight away he looked flustered. Although he didn't want to say anything, he confessed that she was spending too much money and she had taken possession of his credit cards.